We are pretty big fans of the Skoda Octavia RS here at carsguide.com.au. I mean, what's not to like? It handles well, goes great, and even looks pretty good. But what if I told you there's a way to get into an RS that not many people are going to know about, and that it's got even more performance and even better handling? Interested? Well, there's one catch.
This is the Octavia RS 230. Launched at last year's Frankfurt Motor Show, it takes all of the best bits of the standard Octavia RS and puts them in the microwave for about 30 seconds on high, just to heat them up a bit. Its 2-litre turbocharged engine, pinched from the Golf GTI Performance, makes 169 kilowatts, which is 7 more than the standard car. And while it doesn't make any more torque than the 350 Newton meters of the stock RS, its torque curve is flatter and longer, meaning there's more meaningful oomph right across the entire rev range. There's also a slightly noisier exhaust, just to remind you that you're in something that's a little bit different.
The RS 230 also gets an upgraded front diff, very similar to the unit that you'll find aboard the Volkswagen Golf GTI Performance. These 19-inch rims too are bespoke to the RS 230, and there's a smattering of black paint to tell the RS 230 apart from its RS brother.
Inside, the RS 230 scores semi-leather sports seats, a flat-bottom steering wheel, red stitching throughout, and even a lap timer. Oh, and that catch I was talking about earlier. The RS 230 is only available with a 6-speed manual transmission. And while it's a very good manual transmission, it certainly will limit the audience for the RS 230 in Australia. Skoda tells us that they're bringing in 70 of these cars in both wagon and sedan form. Just on the quiet, this engine tune may show up in the facelifted Octavia RS, which launches in mid-2017. You might think that adding just 7 kilowatts to a car won't make much difference to the way that it goes, and you'd be right. The RS 230 though is really a sum of the extra handful of go-fast parts. That clever front diff, for example, gives the RS a real confidence and poise that's a step above the normal car, while a slightly louder exhaust and look-at-me wheels add a tangible wow factor. And while those 7 kilowatts don't turn the Octavia into a Lambo Slayer, the richer spread of torque right across the rev range makes the most of every single one of them. And underneath it all is a surprisingly roomy, cleverly appointed and very practical car that, despite being born in a VW stable, manages to have an identity all of its own.
As a car brand, Skoda knows quirky all too well. But it's not really had a car that it can call a true performance hero. The everyday Octavia RS is one of the most underrated everyday performance cars on the market today. And while this RS 230 is only going to appeal to a small handful of buyers, those people are going to buy into something that's pretty special. And to read the full review, you can click on the link right here.